Here we are, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen of all ages. We are ready to get started. I guess that the messages on there could have been from a different day, perhaps. Let me string this out and see where I am in the right place. 1983 Philadelphia original machine roll. It's this one right here. So let me get my picker. Just saying, don't try this thing in your nose. No admission of guilt here. Just telling you. PSA. Frosty is back. Back and better than ever. In a world where everything is underwater, Frosty comes out and freezes the ground so that people can walk once again. What do you mean sound? I've got sound. I'm making sound. You can't hear me? McFly. Good evening, everyone. Joseph says he can hear me. Dan, you got your sound turned all the way down. Somebody type that to him. He's got his sound turned down or he's muted or something. Because everybody else can hear me. Can the rest of you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? I know I've got a waveform, so there we go. There's Dan. Okay. Coin number 1 for Taco John. Not necessarily expecting the end roll coins to turn out beautiful because, well, they're usually kind of messed up a little bit. What? It's an 84 roll. Oh, ding. All right, let me go find an 83 roll. I was pretty sure that was one. Hang on, let me get a tube and put this in a tube. All right, got this in a tube. I'll go find an 83 roll and be right back with you. All right, now I'm actually going to take a look before I open, and this one is definitely a 1983 roll. I'll show you guys opening it there. Dig it apart here. All right, 1983. Philadelphia. Hello, DC. You didn't see this one coming. 1983 roll. Or I just scheduled it like 15 minutes ago. Or actually, no, 45 minutes ago. So I just finished doing one reveal and hopping into this 83. I think this is the last one I have scheduled for this evening. And coin number 1. proves to be nothing special. I can't remember. I need to go look. Let's go look. Let's go look. Okay. That's live now. Here it is. 7:02. I have that scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. So this is the last one tonight. 84 roll be at 10:30 in the morning. And then after that, I will have 1, 2, 3 more because I don't have 700 put in here for tomorrow evening yet. So I'll have 3 in the morning and 1 in the evening. And then I'll do 1 more on Sunday and 2 more on Monday, and I'll be finished for the week. And then Monday evening, we will have a roll reveal sale again. So be ready for that. Okay, now we can go back to the show. I now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. I don't like the way the light's shining on that. Hang on a second. Much easier on the eyes. Don't like this, though. There. These coins have a mysterious shine to them, a very odd look, just because they're early zinc coins, and the early zincs had tons and tons of issues. Alright, nothing there. What do we have on the reverse? It's coin number 2. And nothing really. Alright. That was for Chubby Pup Chaser. I haven't seen him in a while. He's not been able to show. Wanda. Ooh. I'm getting to like those die scratches. Those die scratches appear to be quite similar to what's on DDR number 1. We'll find out here in just a moment. But first, a word from your sponsor. No, seriously. It's not DDR number 1. It's not DDR at all. But that's the way to get people's hopes up. Do we find the large double die? Or do we not? It's only coin number 3. Only time will tell. And Indigenous Treasures is next. And let's see what she gets. I have my mind set on treasure. Looking for treasure. Want some treasure tonight. Not on that coin, unfortunately. Let's get on to number 5. Number 5, Eric Beyer. This is reveal number 701. You did not miss number 700. Number 700, the 1943 S roll, will be scheduled for tomorrow evening. Number 6 now, Mark Thomas. Let's see. On 1983, most of the double dies that are not the major double dies are obverse double dies. There's 2 decent reverse double dies, And then every other coin that I know of that shows up with something cool is on the reverse. So we're going to be checking the reverses on all these coins because it is well known for a giant double die reverse. The Beekeeper. How are you today? I think most of us are doing okay. At least there's no complaints. No complaints from the dog who's back there snoring loudly enough to interrupt the broadcast. We interrupt this broadcast with a special report. The dog is comfortable in the chair. He's not snoring loudly at the moment, but that could change at any moment. Yeah, we'll be on top of it, watching for further developments. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Boy. You know, if he wasn't a dog, he'd be embarrassing. But because he's a dog, you just kind of expect it. Big old fatso. That is correct. He is dry, secure, and loved. Because anytime he's sitting in the chair just kind of looking around, I walk by, I reach over and give him a little hug, and he looks at me like... It's that look that a dog gives you when they're just content. That's not something that happens when you're giving a dog pills. It's not something that happens when you withhold bones from dogs. It's not something that happens when you want them to go poop in the rain. But I can tell you, when they're nice and warm and dry inside, this dog doesn't know outside living. He doesn't even understand it. Outside is a visitation. He never spends time outdoors. Not unless we happen to be out there too. And then he doesn't want to come inside. He wants to be outside. Yeah, he has a little fireplace in here. It's one of those, what do you call it? One of those, like electric space heaters that you turn on. And it's got lights inside of it to make it look like a little wood-burning stove. He lays down right in front of that and just snores his mind out. He loves that thing. He's got his little bed down there. It just looks as comfortable can get. Number 12, Dan McCumber. Come on, boys and girls, let's get some goodies. Oh, get some goodies here. Hello, Russell625. Nice to see you here. Had a little miscommunication at first, but now we're all better. Everything's good. Didn't get him registered quite correctly. We had a little chit-chat about it. Turned everything on the good side. No, 1983 is not a year that has different reverse designs. All of them are the same. IT comes up next. And on IT, we have... cute looking coin, but it isn't a good one. If you know what I mean. It's not what we're looking at. Not what we're looking for, I mean. Earth-shattering doubling. Not gonna happen here. So what kind of weekend plans do all you boys and girls have? I don't have any. I'm going to kind of stay here and just chill. Well, actually stay warm because it's chill outside. The bumpy texture, especially on these early Lincolns, these early Zinkins, they show it. It's this stuff right here. And these bumps are caused because the planchets were a little dusty, dirty before they went through the plating process. And they created gas bubblish stuff. And that turned into a little blistering. So this is plating blistering. Happened a lot more frequently from 1982 up to about 1988 than in later years. A lot of experimentation going on back in that period of time to see how they could best get clean coins. And, well, you could tell in 1983 they didn't exactly have a lot of luck. Putting up Christmas outside? Nope, not going to happen. Not here. Not going to do it. We've got some little Christmas trees we're going to put out front, but they're just kind of a stand up and plug them in thing. Nothing big and special. There's not been any children live in our house for, children, like underage children. Not been any underage children live in this house for nearly 15 years. And so, not necessarily a big thing for the two of us to have a lot of Christmassy stuff around. So, we kind of just don't set anything up anymore. We've got a little tree downstairs that it's one of those little fake trees with the white stuff on the branches. And it has white lights on it and looks kind of nice. So we have that sitting on an antique sewing machine down in the living room. And that's pretty much all we're going to do. Don't really have any need or desire to do a full-blown Christmas decoration. What'd you call it? Entourage? Yeah, kind of like an unprepared metal surface before painting. So if you've got little imperfections and stuff on that surface that are especially chemically drawn imperfections, like a little bit of rust or anything like that, when you paint the building or paint whatever it is, you're going to start getting little gas bubbles, blisters underneath. Your wife called you Clark Griswold. Yeah, I do still have to watch that movie. We have two movies that we watch every season. One of them is, of course, the Christmas Vacation. Can anybody tell me what the other Christmas movie is that the Copper Coins household watches every year? First one gets a special shout out. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. Travis, no, not A Christmas Story. Although that we have watched that plenty of times, it's not the one that we make sure that we see every year. Hey, kid, you'll shoot your eye out with that thing. Russell gets it. Die Hard. Die Hard is the movie we tend to watch every year during the Christmas season. I tend to go a little more on the traditional side. My wife doesn't. Where it comes to the TV in the living room, my wife always wins. So we watch Die Hard. I get to watch my particular Christmas story, and that's the Christmas Vacation. Then other ones I kind of tend to like. That's the one that we watch. Die Hard? Is it even a Christmas movie? Well, it happened during a Christmas party, so yeah. I got Surag coming up now. Let's see what we have for Sureg. A couple of little spots in this roll. It's very common for 1983 rolls to have little spottiness in them. Just good that this doesn't have the big black carbons, because the big black carbons makes it a failure roll. These spots like this, you can't really do a whole lot about that. The other, let's see, another one of the movies I like to watch. This kind of makes me a little traditional, a little old-fashioned, is White Christmas. Just like watching that. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. That one right there. And let's see, what else do we like to watch during this time of year? Miracle on 34th Street is pretty decent. I just like it because it's an older movie. It doesn't do 100% for me. I mean, it doesn't do a lot for me. It's not... not A Miracle on 34th Street, but It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. We really like that one. Or at least I do. Oh, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? That right there is probably a rim counterclash. Looks like it could be. No, see, there's a head right there, so I don't know what that is. See if there's any more of it. I don't see anywhere else being affected by it, so just can be hard to tell. But here we have clash marks that have mostly been wiped out. This is a long linear blister, so that's gas underneath the plating. You know, I started to watch a movie the other day and I got disinterested pretty quickly, but the movie came on and I saw an old man. It was Airport 77. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, but it's Airport 77. I started the movie, and probably about a minute and a half into it, you see this old man's face, and it's like, he looks familiar. He looks like somebody I know. And I kept looking, kept watching. And after like 3 or 4 minutes, I realized that was Jimmy Stewart I was looking at. I didn't finish the movie because I was kind of tired. I had a lot of work to do, so I didn't want to sit down and get relaxed because I knew I would fall asleep. And so I just got up and worked. Yeah, no, not the airports. I did watch Airport 70. I thought I liked it. I haven't watched Airport 75. And then Airport 77, I tried to get started on that the other day, and I didn't go anywhere with it, you know. I wasn't in the chi at the time to watch another airport movie. Baby boomers watch the good Christmas movies. I don't know how many different Christmas movies I actually know about. Most of my childhood at Christmas, we were watching the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then that other one that wasn't quite so good, the New Year's Baby, whatever that was. I mean, those are classics, but they were produced in the mid-'60s. That's what we did during our childhood. less classic stuff. You know, like the Tim Allen. Yeah, the Frosty movie. That's right. Periscope Down is funny. I didn't think that was supposed to be a funny movie. I didn't realize that was supposed to be a comedy. What's the Tim Allen movies? Santa Claus? Those are okay. I've seen a few others that are pretty decent. Burr Lives. Oh, I remember that name. That's the voice you heard. It's a really good storytelling voice. Kind of like his voice, his storytelling voice. Another voice I really like. Can't get over listening to Morgan Freeman. I really like Morgan Freeman's voice. It's more his accent. Polar Express isn't bad. I'm almost embarrassed to say that I don't remember the name of another one of the movies I kind of like to watch. That's the one where the guy visits with the Christmas past, a Christmas present, a Christmas future. I don't remember the name of the movie, though. Is it Scrooge? Yes, he was. The Electric Company. My wife said, "Nah, you're crazy." I said, "No, seriously." I brought it up on YouTube and I showed it to her. And she's like, "Holy moly, I didn't know about that." Hey, Dirty Water. Man, I wish I could remember the name of that movie. But I don't. So I have to live with it until I can look it up. Or until somebody tells me what it is. And then we'll all know. Scrooged? Is the name of the movie The Scrooge? No, it's not Bill Murray's movie. It's an older one. Nope, not Bill Murray. It was a more serious movie from a few years. A Christmas Carol, that's it. Thank you, Steve. A Christmas Carol, that's what that movie is. Oh, why? I couldn't remember that. And then there's another, I guess it's kind of a Christmas movie. And I don't remember everything about it because I haven't seen it in a long time. But it had to do with a American unit in Germany that ended up celebrating Christmas night with the Germans kind of secretly. 1930s is the best. They had some really good movies back then. Oh, now he's dreaming. I don't know if you can hear him over there. Yeah, Groundhog Day was okay, but it's not really a Christmas movie. It's more of a snow movie. I like the snow movies. Curl up and watch a good movie that happened in the snow. Well, I guess we're just kind of chugging along, talking about stuff and moving through this 1983 roll. It's like I told you guys. 83 roll is either going to be a grand slam or it's going to be a dud. There's not really much in between. A few die clashes here and there. Home Alone was a pretty good one. It was alright. I liked it. Kind of funny. Right, yeah, exactly. That's what I remember, DC. I don't remember what that movie was. Just really kind of starting to get into the season for that kind of movie. I haven't seen a lot of them advertised, but I do believe there's one of the channel Stars or Netflix or something like that that's doing like marathons of movies like that. The holiday movies. Part of the hairline right there. Probably get some forehead over here. Just a little tiny bit. A little bit of forehead. There's just a little bit of chin. Over here is a little bit of shoulder with a Y. You can actually see the Y in Liberty. It's right here. It's upside down and backwards. Don't forget that. So you got the back of the color right here. And then over here is the Y. The T would be right about here, so you're not going to see it, but sometimes you can see the E, or the R. I'm sorry, the R over here. That's if they don't get to polishing it before they make some coins out of it. Yeah, you are correct about that. These coins are in pretty good shape. I mean, they came straight out of a Batdorf roll that appears to have been stored relatively well. However, there are some spots on some of these coins. But overall, I'm relatively happy with it. Oh, there we go. A few spots. It's just how the cookie crumbles. You start talking about it, and it shows up. It rears its ugly head because you had to mention it, Chuck. You just had to mention it. Let's see. Looking to see what else we can see here. Ah, there's another Y. If I turn it sideways like this, you can see it more easily. So right there's the back of the coat. And then here is your Y. There's the stem and then the angles right here of the Y. That's the Y in Liberty. A little bit of the back of the head. You can see it more in the shadow than anything else. It's just got a slightly different direction of die scratches around it. It's a really light clash. Not really a whole lot much there to see. All right, number 35. Now for Otis. Hunted a box of nickels and finally found a couple of 2024 Phillies. Well, how about that? 2024 seems to be a tough date for nickels and dimes. Look at that. Interesting little gas bubble going on that one. Gosh. Okay, I don't really want to say what that looks like. That kind of almost looks like how the bullet went through his head. Dirty Water got to it just before I did. He was hitting enter while I was saying it, so we both thought it, and pretty much at the same time. Otis. Now, coin number 36. Ah, that's one. We're going to do a draw the flip. Hey, Steve, give me a number between 1 and 35. A number between the number 1 and the number 35. I'll wait. Number 1 to number 35. Number 36 is going to go to someone, and that's going to be number 26. So let's go back to number 26 here. There's number 26, and Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton is the owner of this one. Thank you, Steve. Oh, that's fine. I understand. It's been up to 5 minutes lately. There we go. There. Now for Paul. Next coin for Paul. What did Paul get? Oh man, this one's all spotty. Well, good thing it was free, right? Good Lord. Spots, spots, spots. Shove me down a hill. This coin's got spots, and I don't like spots. All right. Well, we're not finding anything in this roll. It's not like a freebie is a huge... Now, look, there's Paul Hampton, coin number 37. So, he gets coin 36 and 37. This is going to be a nice, bright, clean one, though. And that's just how it works when you get into a original source roll. Probably came out of a bag. One part of the bag got moist. The rest of the bag stayed dry. The coins that got the moisture on them are the ones that turn. And then the ones that were underneath that stayed relatively dry are the ones that stay shiny. So that's how that works. Then when they're rolling around in a counting machine, they get all out of order and out of sorts from where they were. So when they go into tubes or rolls, they appear as though they came from different sources. However, they did not. They're all from the same place, on the same day, at the same time. Look at that. Nice little rim burr there. That's interesting. Got 20 watching and only 10 likes. What are we doing with that? Coin number 39. Eric Beyer. At the end of this reveal, I'll be leaving you for the evening to enjoy the rest of your evening with whatever you were doing prior to showing up here to watch this show. But I want you to remember, we'll be having some reveals tomorrow. There'll be reveals on Sunday. There'll be another reveal show on Monday. There will not be an auction this week. Instead, I'm likely to schedule a time where we can come on and take a look at RPMs and perhaps place orders for RPMs. Oops, I moved it. I moved my tray. That's not what I meant to do. How would you guys like that? How would you like it if I scheduled a show where we can actually go in and take a look at some of the different RPMs? I can tell you how many I've got and what the price is, and you can order what you like to fill your RPM collection. Roger says, yes, yes. Roger's almost got the, he's almost got the Beavis thing going on for the RPMs.
Yeah, yeah. Love RPMs. Yeah, yeah.
Carl gets, what does Carl get? Well, it's just going to be one of the same ones that we've been seeing throughout the roll. This one's not going to have anything on the reverse either. No big surprise there. I can tell you that for sure. Got some spotting on this one. You have thousands of RPMs. Are those thousands of RPMs all identified by die and stored neatly in boxes? I would bet Roger would be the one person here who would have more die varieties identified and stored neatly than I do. I'm pretty sure I've probably got more die varieties than anyone else in this chat at this time. However, 75% of what I have is mixed marbles in tubes. And, of course, those don't have any real value until you identify them. Once you identify them, then they have value. But I have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 250 rolls of RPMs and double dies that have been separated out. I have 24 double row boxes full of them. And then I have another 4 double row boxes that make up the actual inventory that I currently have of identified die varieties. So yeah, we've got some goodies. Hello, Alex. You think everybody loves RPMs? Why don't you? I got a good idea. Why don't you get registered with us and come on over to the show sometime? You can share some chit-chat with other people who really like dealing with RPMs. And you can watch a show that will have mostly RPMs all about it. And get yourself a chance to pick up some of the coins that you need for your collection that you've had trouble finding. All you have to do to register with us, look at that email address in the bottom of the microscope screen. Send me an email and give me your real name, your YouTube username, and the email address to which I could send any invoices that you incur. And you'll be registered. It's automatic, it's free. Don't charge anybody anything up front. We try doing business and we make it, we're in for good. We don't make it, just take you off the list. It's pretty simple. I send PayPal invoices. You do not have to pay via PayPal. You can pay with Venmo. But PayPal is the best and most secure way to pay. And what else did I need to say about that? About registration. We generally have an auction every Tuesday evening. This week will not be an auction. But I'm thinking about just producing a sale show for RPMs. We can go through my list. And I can show you coins and you can choose to purchase them or choose not to. But even if you choose not to, you're going to get to see some RPMs. My shows are generally Lincoln Cent oriented, although I do have other coins at times. It is also a no bullshit environment where we teach the truth about coins. And we deal in the truth and honesty and integrity all the time. A little bit of a refreshing change from what you've been seeing online for the last few years from a number of different people. There's so much crap out there these days. Now, some people are really good at doing what they do, and they're excellent. They're good to watch. Frosty's a good one to watch. Paula Bloom is a good one to watch. There's a few others that are really good to watch, but there's some of the other ones, even people who you have heard about time and time again, who are just not that good. They're either not really very honest, or they are blowhards and think they know what they're talking about, but they don't. And this isn't a large crowd, but there are people who have also resorted to using AI to create their video content. And in a technical subject like this, AI is a horrible way to create content for the web, especially video content for YouTube. I have seen so many of them that are just junk. I mean, horrible junk. Stuff that should get you banned from the internet. And 20, 25, 30 years ago, if that had started coming up and happening, I would have been fighting it tooth and nail. I'd have been out there on my crusade, trying to proselytize people into the proper way of collecting coins. However, I'm too old to care now. I do the best I can to teach the people who want to come to me. I'm not going to go hiking out trying to find people. If you come to me, you'll get a good treatment. If you don't come to me, I'll probably never see you again. Because I'm not going to come out looking. You're just hearing the musing of an old man, though. All right, Stan, coin number 50. It's going to be the last one in the roll, the last one for this evening. Got a little bit of toning on the end of it there, and got a little die chip on the inside of the 8. That's pretty nice. It's a good little start into the wonderful world of collecting die varieties and such. When you come to these reveal shows, you can get involved in the reveals and actually purchase coins from the roll prior to the roll being opened by coming to the reveal show at 7 p.m. on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday. There, one of those again. That's definitely a die thing. I don't know what it is, though. 7 p.m. on Monday, and you can actually purchase spots in a number of rolls that will be coming up over the next week. We go through the rolls. We study every coin. Anything that's got a die variety, it belongs to you. In fact, all of the 50 coins of the roll belong to the person who purchased the spot. They do get sent to everyone, although it takes a couple of weeks to process everything, because they go from here in North Carolina to Florida, where they're processed, scoped again by another person who knows what they're talking about. That would be Mr. Eric Beyer. And then he finishes them out, sends them out, and you get them. Usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks. But that's what we're looking at for now. I guess I don't really have anything else. I appreciate you showing up. Thank you guys for being here. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good night.